The year was 1948. In Philadelphia, at the Drexel Institute of Technology, two graduate students, Bernard Silver and Norman Joseph Woodland, were pondering a curious problem. A local food chain president had visited Drexel, posing a challenge. Could a system be developed to automatically read product information during checkout? Woodland, captivated by this challenge, thought about it constantly. Inspiration struck from Morse code, a system Woodland knew well from his Boy Scout days. He wondered if this concept could be adapted into something visual and machine-readable for grocery stores. The crucial insight came during a moment of relaxation on Miami Beach. Woodland sat on the sand, drawing patterns, and thought of Morse code's dots and dashes. What if he extended those dots and dashes downwards into thick and thin lines? This simple realization laid the conceptual groundwork for what would become the barcode, a technology that would silently reshape commerce across the globe. Thus began the journey of invention. After his illuminating experience on the beach, Norman Woodland was driven. He moved to his grandfather's apartment in Florida to develop his idea. Woodland conceptualized a bullseye pattern, a series of concentric circles for omnidirectional readability. Together with Bernard Silver, Woodland meticulously worked out the details. On October 20, 1949, they filed their invention titled Classifying Apparatus and Method. U.S. Patent 2,612,994 was granted on October 7, 1952. The patent diagrams clearly showed the bullseye symbol. Despite the ingenuity of the bullseye design, it faced significant hurdles. The technology of the early 1950s was not ready for it. Scanners needed to be powerful and precise, light sources consistent, and electronics complex and expensive. While the patent was secured, the path to widespread commercial adoption was unclear. The bullseye barcode, though elegant in concept, would eventually give way to a different shape as technology and industry needs evolved. The journey of the barcode was far from over. The world was not yet ready for automated checkouts on a grand scale. However, the grocery industry's problems did not disappear. By the late 1960s, the need for a standardized product coding system was critical. Various industry groups began to actively push for a solution. The stage was set for a revolution in retail operations. The humble checkout counter was about to become a focal point of technological innovation. The pressure was mounting. The dream of the 1940s was now an urgent necessity. Fast forward to the 1960s and early 70s. Supermarkets had become vast emporiums, stocking an ever-increasing variety of goods. Thousands of different items lined the shelves. The existing checkout systems were struggling to keep pace. The primary method for ringing up sales was manual price entry. Cashiers had to individually key in the price of every single item. This process was painstakingly slow and prone to errors. A tired or distracted cashier could easily mistype a price. This could lead to overcharging the customer or undercharging, causing losses for the store. The grocery industry was grappling with a significant efficiency problem. Long queues at checkout counters became a common sight. Customers grew frustrated with the waiting times. Retailers worried about the labor costs associated with slow checkouts. They also worried about inventory management. Without an automated way to track what was being sold, keeping accurate stock levels was a challenge. The dream of the 1940s, the desire for an automated system to capture product information, was now an urgent necessity. The grocery industry knew it needed a solution. The pressure was mounting. The stage was set for a revolution in retail operations. Norman Woodland joined IBM in 1951, hoping they would help develop and commercialize his barcode concept. However, IBM initially concluded that the technology required was not yet mature. The bullseye patent remained largely dormant for several years. By the late 1960s, the need for a standardized product coding system was critical. Various industry groups began to actively push for a solution. Several technology companies started exploring different approaches to automatic identification. As the 1960s progressed, key enabling technologies began to mature. Lasers became more compact and affordable. Integrated circuits revolutionized computing. IBM revisited the barcode concept, recognizing the shift. George Laurer at IBM played a crucial role in designing a practical barcode symbol and scanner system. Laurer and his team developed the Linear Universal Product Code, UPC symbol. IBM's significant engineering and corporate power were now behind the push to make barcodes a commercial reality, moving from circular dreams to linear practicalities. The early 1970s were a period of intense development and standardization. In April 1973, the UPC symbol, largely based on IBM's design, was chosen as the industry standard. This decision ensured that products could be scanned in any store using the system. The honor of the first official barcode scan in a retail environment went to a Marsh supermarket in Troy, Ohio. The date was June 26, 1974. The time was 8:01 in the morning. The first item to be officially scanned using a UPC barcode was a 10-pack of Wrigley's Juicy Fruit Chewing Gum. The cashier on duty was Sharon Buchanan. The shopper who made this historic purchase was Clyde Dawson. As the small pack of gum passed over the scanner, the register beeped and correctly recorded the sale. This first scan marked a profound turning point for retail and many other industries. It demonstrated that barcodes could indeed speed up checkouts and improve accuracy. The success at the Marsh supermarket paved the way for widespread adoption. The humble stick of gum had made history. How does this seemingly simple pattern of black and white lines communicate information? It's a visual language designed for machines. The barcode, specifically the UPC type, consists of parallel black bars and white spaces with varying widths. Each digit from 0 to 9 has its own unique pattern of bars and spaces. When a barcode is passed over a scanner, an optical process unfolds. The scanner emits a beam of light, often a red laser or LED. This light sweeps across the barcode. As the light beam hits the white spaces, it is mostly reflected. When it hits the black bars, it is mostly absorbed. The scanner contains a light-sensitive sensor that detects the pattern of reflected light. It registers the differences in reflection intensity corresponding to the white spaces and black bars. The scanner then converts these detected patterns into an electrical signal. This signal mirrors the physical pattern of the barcode. A decoder interprets these electrical signals using a pre-programmed algorithm. It translates the unique patterns of bars and spaces back into the corresponding digits. These digits are then sent to the connected computer or cash register. All of this happens in a fraction of a second. The initial impact of barcodes was in retail. Supermarket checkouts became dramatically faster. Pricing errors plummeted. Stores gained unprecedented control over their inventory. This revolution at the point of sale was just the beginning. Logistics and shipping industries were among the next major adopters. Barcodes provided a way to uniquely identify each parcel. Scanners at every sorting hub and delivery point could record a package's journey. This created a transparent and efficient supply chain. Companies could pinpoint the location of goods, optimize routes, and reduce losses. The applications continued to multiply across diverse sectors. In manufacturing plants, barcodes tracked components through assembly lines. Libraries adopted barcodes to streamline the process of checking books in and out. Hospitals used them for patient safety and managing medical records. The barcode evolved into a fundamental tool for efficiency and accuracy in an array of human endeavors. The traditional one-dimensional barcode served humanity well for decades. However, they have an inherent limitation in storing a small amount of information. As the demand for storing more data grew, new technologies emerged. This led to the development of two-dimensional barcodes like the QR code. QR codes are square grids composed of small black and white modules. This matrix design allows them to store significantly more information. They can hold website URLs, contact details, plain text, and more. QR codes can be easily scanned by the cameras on modern smartphones. Another important evolution is radio frequency identification, RFID. RFID systems use tags that contain a microchip and an antenna. These tags can transmit data wirelessly to an RFID reader using radio waves. RFID does not require a direct line of sight between the tag and the reader. Multiple RFID tags can be read simultaneously, even from a distance. RFID tags can store more data than traditional barcodes, and some are rewritable. QR codes and RFID represent the ongoing progression of automated identification. Our journey through the story of the barcode began on a sandy Florida beach. An idea, inspired by Morse code, took root. It evolved from concentric circles drawn in the sand to a globally recognized standard of black and white lines. This simple invention has profoundly reshaped modern life. The barcode became an unseen language, a silent communicator that facilitated a revolution in efficiency. From groceries to packages, library books to medical care, barcodes are there. They work tirelessly in the background, ensuring accuracy and speed. The fundamental principle behind the barcode is the elegant conversion of physical patterns into digital information. The barcode was one of the earliest and most successful implementations of this idea. It demonstrated the power of automated data capture and paved the way for subsequent innovations. The legacy of the barcode is in its enduring relevance and the foundation it laid. The quiet beep of a barcode scanner is a soundtrack to modern civilization's intricate dance of production, distribution, and consumption. If this made you look at barcodes a little differently, give it a like. And if you're into discovering the hidden stories behind everyday things, hit subscribe. There's so much more to uncover.